Hey you all, and good morning. It is day 7, if you believe it, day 7 of our Dixie Highway road trip. And it really has been a really interesting experience for me. It's really an interesting way to see America, driving the secondary roads, you kind of see every little town. You know, normally on the major highways, you buzz by small towns, you don't notice them, you don't see anything that's distinctive. But when you're actually traveling the second roads, you kind of get a real feel for America and how America used to be. But yeah, it's a very, very cool experience. And so today we're going to head down Michigan. We've been in Michigan for 3 days, so looking forward to a little change of scenery, heading into Indiana, my home state. I was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but grew up in Indiana for the most part. My father's family is from Wisconsin, my mother's family is from Indiana, so split the time between the two. But as far as like going to school and stuff like that, it was mainly in Indiana. And before we get started, did want to just remind you guys, one of the best ways to help support the channel, consider donating to Patreon. $3 or more. I send out postcards once a month. If you donate at least $3, you get a postcard. If you donate $10, I send out an actual antique postcard. If you send the $5, you're guaranteed to get a postcard and the possibility of getting a antique postcard. So without further ado, let's hit that long and lonesome road. Stopped off here in downtown Niles, Michigan, because I saw something very interesting. Look at this. There's ice sculptures all along their main street here. This is real ice, and I'm a bit confused. I don't know how they managed to do this. Obviously, it is very cold and snowy right now, but if you leave ice sculptures out, one day it might get a little warm, it might melt. I don't know, maybe here in Niles, Michigan, maybe it stays cold enough where they can have ice sculptures outside for an extended time. This is an elephant right here. I don't know if that has any significance to the area. I don't know if it looks like almost like it's standing on like a roll of film, or maybe I'm just seeing things. Over here we have Superman. I don't know, that may be some kryptonite right there, but yeah, you can see the S on his chest. Let me help out Superman here. Get some of that snow off his face. Yes. Here we have Baby Yoda. I guess now he is known as Grogu. Now, for those of you who watch The Mandalorian, tell me this. If you put the timeline together, doesn't that mean that Kylo Ren murders Baby Yoda? Ugh. Some Masonic symbols up there on that sign above Main Street. With this final piece, I'm actually having some trouble kind of visualizing what this is. Leave a comment in the comment section and let me know what you think this figure is. A lot of places still have their Christmas decorations up, but looks like they are preparing for a Valentine's Day here in Niles. Looks like the ice sculptures actually are spread out all over town. Looks like some sort of bird, maybe a peacock there in the corner. And here we are in Indiana, the crossroads of America, place where kind of everyone crosses through to get where they're going. And Lincoln Boyhood Home. Not the land of Lincoln, like Illinois is. Not Lincoln's place of birth, like Kentucky, but where he grew up as a boy. All these states, they try to compete for Lincoln ownership. Don't know that I've seen this before. We're at a mobile station, and they have a neon Pegasus. Guess maybe this is a lost mascot. Here at the factory tile store, we have one of these. Now, we stumbled across a highly rusted version of one of these earlier on in our Dixie Highway trip. They're apparently called rotospheres. Kind of just a neon object meant to help draw in customers. Very interesting. Can really smell manure really strong right now. There's a lot of long, lonesome farm roads out here in Indiana. This movie theater here in Logansport, Indiana says it's having a world premiere of a movie called Idol Girl. There's this interesting statue, a man and a woman dancing. See, she's got stars in her dress. They're embracing each other. So this is Bowl Shippers Cafe. What exactly are the bowls shipping? They're just they ship stuff all around the world, or you're actually taking the bowls and shipping them to other areas. Now, what exactly is a bowl shipper? Fratco, modern drainage, old school grit. Love that little dapper pig right there. Very excited to be part of the meat business. Wonder why the donkey's so angry. Now we are kind of out in the middle of nowhere right now. We have not reached Indianapolis yet. I guess this area is called Whitestown. And look at what we stumbled upon. It is a shoe tree. As you can see, a shoe tree is a real-life tree that is adorned with shoes. You see shoes hanging by their laces. You see shoes nailed to the trunk. Now, no one is 100% sure where shoe trees come from. Like, what causes an individual tree to turn into a shoe tree? Does one person randomly throw their shoes on the tree, and then the next person says to add a second pair. At what point does a couple of shoes in a tree cross over to being a true shoe tree? But obviously this one has caught on. The tradition is obviously ongoing, where people are throwing their shoes onto the tree, adding to the shoe tree. Now I do really want to add to the shoe tree, but I kind of need these shoes. I thought about taking them off and throwing them on the shoe tree, but really they're not worn out enough to justify that. So to find something else to leave in the shoe tree. Let's see here up close the shoes that have been strapped to the tree. It's got like a boot, like for when you break your leg. There's some high-heeled shoes. Well, I am gonna leave some Coaster Circus postcards here. Let's put them in this boot. Just strap the Velcro there. And if you do decide to come out and take one, just try to take one or two. You know, leave some for other people to have. Am I missing something? Are these two things that go well together that I'm not aware of? On the sign there, we have a pig who's in heaven eating ribs. So I guess he was eating himself, went to heaven. I guess in pig heaven, you can finally eat barbecue without being considered a psychopath. Now driving through the great city of Indianapolis. I have this massive statue on top of a pillar right in the center of the city. Don't know what sort of business this is. The sign has no words on it. There's a puppy with laser eyes, and then there's some sort of, is that like a carrot drinking a beer? And there's a one-eyed dog over here. Huh. If you notice, the Pizza King is eating that proper Midwest pizza. It's cut into squares. Okay, forget everything that I've said on this trip so far. This is the best name for a diner I have ever seen. It's called the Knuckle Sandwich. Oh, look at that picture. It's like a hamburger with a fist in it. Oh, I love it. You can see the menu, the Knuckle Sandwich Diner there. Looks pretty tasty. Here's an old abandoned video store, Video Adventure. They have sales and rentals. You see the old-timey VCR there on the sign. You're in Martinsville, Indiana. Apparently they call themselves the City of Mineral Water. Here in Bloomington, Indiana. It's a very interesting monument to a very interesting person. This is a statue of Captain Catherine Janeway from the Star Trek series. See, she's got the Star Trek badge, and the reason that there's a statue of this fictional character, Captain Catherine Janeway, is because in the Star Trek canon, she is born here in Bloomington on May 20th, 2000 336. So over 300 years from now, Captain Catherine Janeway is going to be born here in Bloomington, Indiana, and she will be shocked to know that there is a 300-year-old statue of her already standing in Bloomington. There's a very detailed plaque right here telling you all about Captain Janeway, played by actress Kate Mulgrew. And keep in mind, this is not a statue of Kate Mulgrew. This is a statue of Catherine Janeway. It's a big difference. This is a fictional character that they have a statue of. And yeah, it goes into great detail on this character's history. Yes, Star Trek Voyager was the Star Trek brand that she was a part of. I know there's Star Trek Generation, Next Generation, Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager. I guess that, oh, it says that debuted in 95, the 5th television series in the I almost said Star Wars, in the Star Trek franchise. So there's 5th. So what did I say? There's Star Trek Next Generations, Deep Space Nine, and so I'm missing one. If you guys know which one I'm missing, let me know in the comments. But yeah, oh, here's the script writer for Star Trek Voyager. And a quote from Gene Roddenberry: "Star Trek was an attempt to say that humanity will reach maturity and wisdom on the day that it begins, not just to tolerate, but take a special delight in the differences, ideas, and differences in life forms." I never was much of a Star Trek fan. I don't know that I've seen a couple episodes, but you know, it's like a utopian vision of the future. And I've actually heard, and I'm going off things I've read and heard. Again, I haven't seen a lot of Star Trek, but apparently because the idea is utopian, the creator Gene Roddenberry actually didn't believe in traditional storytelling and conflict. He wanted more to explore the idea of what a true utopia was, rather than have conflict and monsters and space swords and that sort of thing. So I think we're going to sign off here with Captain Janeway. I appreciate you guys joining me today as we travel along that Dixie highway. Made some distance today. I've noticed these straight country roads here in Indiana, you can go a lot faster than you can on the windy roads along the river in Michigan. So thank you again for joining me. Please, if you have not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It'll let you know when new episodes, new videos, when they will be out. And please take time, if you like these videos, please take time to check out some of my older videos. I have hundreds and hundreds of videos. I have been to all 48 states and filmed all sorts of roadside attractions, amusement parks, haunted houses, other fun stuff. And if you'd like to help support the channel, consider donating to Patreon, $3 or more. Get you a postcard once a month. Also selling enamel pins in the Etsy shop. Until tomorrow, this one's in the bag.